the way down.
Hey, we're live. Welcome in to the First Day Pod. That's right. It's the First Day Podcast. I do a couple podcasts, so sometimes I get confused. Maybe I should vary my intros so they're all unique and specific to each show. Anyways, welcome in. I am here with my lovely and just so caring co-host, Leigh Ann. Hello. There she is, at Be The Hugger on Twitter and Instagram. She's hugging people all over the world. Hi, Leigh Ann.
Hi. How are you, Mike?
I'm pretty good. I'm excited for the show. It's Thanksgiving week.
Yay.
So we want to be thankful for this opportunity to talk live to everyone out there and to have this experience that we can share in this together. You might find it to be lame or cheesy or whatever, but you know, if you're not cynical, you can be like, wow, this is a great opportunity. Every time we get to do a show together, that's a wonderful chance for us to connect and engage and learn.
Yes, I agree.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yay! So, no guests this week. We had a few guests on the last couple of shows. We had Sue Minch.
Minch.
Damn it. Sue Minch. Sorry, Sue.
You'll get it.
Sorry about that. It's weird. It's Muinch. It looks like
it's different,
Munch, but it's Munch.
Minch. Literally Minch. Just get the U out of there.
I can't do it. Yeah, so Sue Minch was on last week talking about PTSD, COVID, and the mental health issues that sometimes are a big factor and we don't even realize they're there. How can you help people who are struggling or don't even know they're struggling? And that's where it gets really complicated.
Yeah, that was a really good part of it, I think, that I wasn't expecting, but you're right. You're not aware of it. And I was there. You know,
you were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
I think we all are.
Well, you never know. We don't want to make any assumptions about anybody, Leigh Ann. Be respectful.
I will make assumptions about everybody. No, I won't.
For those of you watching live, usually I have the fancy lights. You can see the background. See that umbrella? That's a fancy light. But I just felt like, hey, this is who I am today. I'm just wearing a hoodie and regular lights. So this is the real me. But I like to put on a show. So this week I thought I would just be myself. And that's it. Of course, you can follow the show, First Day Pod at protonmail.com is our email, and our social media are always bumping. Leigh Ann's doing great work on Instagram, and our Facebook page has really had some updated interest from all of you. We want to thank you for those that comment, share, like the page, connect with us in any way, just like Tina Marie Brigley does. She loves the live. Look at her.
Hey, hi, Tina.
I haven't seen you in a while. But it seems like yesterday that me, Leigh Ann, and Tina and Frank all went to the Yes Network. Remember the Yes Network?
Yeah.
What is the Yes Network, Leigh Ann?
The Yes Network is it's a group that you get a membership, and then it's like a lifetime membership basically, and quarterly, I think, they hold networking events, but that are all for personal and professional development, where they'll have speakers. And I've only actually been a few times. I've been a member for a couple of years. But it's one of those things that, like, unless you really commit to it, then, you know, even a quarter, like 3 months go by super quick. But that's what I like about Tina. We've been kind of like, well, pre-pandemic, we were kind of using each other as accountability to make sure that we were getting to the meetings, and we would drive over together because they're always in Michigan. And so they've actually still been going on. He's been doing them online. So I think the last one was just this week. So, yeah.
Do you remember when you told me about it?
Yes. No, I don't know.
Well, I'm just taking you back. Do you remember when you were like, hey, I do this Yes Network thing and I'd love for you to come? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I kind of do. I wasn't really, hey, Janice. I wasn't really expecting you to come, but I was hoping that you were. Was I awkward about it when I asked you?
No, I'm just trying to take you back to reminisce about my thoughts about the Yes Network and what I said about it. Do you remember like what I said about it when you first told me about it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, this is not good. This is not entertaining. This is not a good
What
bit.
did you say? It's not a good bit, but what did you say?
Well, Leigh Ann, what had happened was I kind of scoffed at it a bit. And I also had an opinion of like self-help and improvement, self-betterment type things.
Yeah, because
I
you
thought
didn't
they
go
were a
to the
scam.
first one that I invited you to.
You did invite me to it, and I dragged my feet and didn't exactly make it there. I remember saying,
Right.
"I'll make it to the evening session," and that's where you saw the Carters. Is that who they are?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Who are the Carters?
The Carters, they're husband-wife team, and I loved listening to them. They were so good, and they were very different. The way that they kind of like, even their presentation style was really different. But yeah, so they went on, and I remember thinking, I want that to be us. I want
Yeah, yeah.
one day I want us to be on stage. And then I was bummed that you didn't go, but
Well, I was in the parking lot, and then I was just making a. I mean, not the parking lot of the event, but I remember being in the parking lot
I
in Ann
was gonna
Arbor.
say, holy mackerel, what?
Yeah, it'd be weird if I drove all the way there and to the parking lot and then said, you know what, I'm going home. So, because it was like a 40-minute drive, but
Yeah.
I recall being in Ann Arbor on the phone with you around 6 o'clock or before the evening session with the Carters and being like, I kind of want to go, but I had homework to do. And I was really using that as more of an excuse, which is not fair. So,
Right.
and oh, look at this. Yes, Tina remembers Mike was resistant. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
But I did go to the next one.
Yes.
So they happen like every, 4
Every
months?
3
3 months?
months. Yeah,
3
every 3
months?
months. Mm-hmm.
So I went to the next one with you, and that was just about that was January,
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah. That was a whole new life.
Like January 18th or
Different.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, you're
That
so
was the
good
one
with
that
dates.
me, you, Tina, and Frank were at, and we saw David Issel.
Mm-hmm.
And did he do 2 sessions? Was it
Yeah, I
right?
think
He did one
too.
about like life and one about love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So, anyways, David Essel's a cool dude. Now, you might think he's lame because, first off, I don't know who's out there, who you are, so I'm not going to make assumptions anymore. David Essel's a good dude, and
Yeah,
he tries
that's
to help
great.
people.
Because you do that a lot. You're like, you might think that this is lame.
Well, I just want people to know that I understand what is lame. Okay, I'm not just some guy. I know what it
What
means to be
is lame?
cynical. I know what it means to be cynical. That's all you
Yeah.
need to know.
Okay.
I'm a recovering cynic.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Yeah.
So I understand how easy it is to scoff at things
Mm-hmm.
and to be dismissive of things that sound cheesy or lame or like a fraud, or they could be a scam, but people don't buy into, like, what David Ussel does. He just tries to help people. He's a psychologist. He's a professional in that manner. He also writes books,
Mm-hmm.
and he talks about these strategies he has to improve his life. He's also a recovering alcoholic. So he knows pain, but he's trying to turn it into positive. So he shows up to this thing called the Yes Network, and he talks for many hours on stage to people who are in the audience because they want to get better themselves, or they want to look for strategies or pieces of information that other people can share with them to improve their situation because they're not satisfied.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So people on the outside of that who wouldn't go to those events, some people would be like, oh, look at these losers. God, these people are pathetic. Why are they looking for help and improvement and support from other people? Just be strong, be an individual. And I mean, if you're satisfied with how your life is going, and great, enjoy it, live it up, do what you got to do. But there's a lot of people out there who are not satisfied, or they feel there's more to be learned and gained from others.
I think being the forever student it makes everything so much more enjoyable. Like as a kid, you're curious about everything. Like any parent of like a little tyke is like, if you just stop saying why, that would be great. Cause it's like, why? Why did that happen? And if we kept that up in all of our life, I think that we'd be a lot happier. I think we'd be a lot more open. I think we'd have a lot more substantial conversations, because I think we would always want to be learning. And so that's what those things are. I always have, whenever I go to any of those things or I listen to podcasts or anything, all I want is one tidbit, just one. I don't need the 3 hours. It takes a village. You're right, Janice. Yeah, I don't need. So David Essel, when he was there, it was like 2 or 3 hours of him talking in the first session, and then 2 or 3 hours of him talking in the second session. And out of that, if I got one sentence that I could take back with me and really apply to my life, I think it was worth it. And if you go in with that kind of mentality, then you usually come out with way more. But that's how good David is, because I was expecting, when we found out that he was going to be in the second part too, I really was expecting you to be like, and I have homework, so I'm going to need to just jet. He was great, but I need to go. And you stayed for the whole thing.
Yes, I did. I bought into it. And it was actually, now that I have a little hindsight, it's been almost a year. It's been 9 months,
Wow.
10 months, 10 months, because we haven't seen each other in almost 9 months. That's true, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Remember the last time you saw me?
No. Do you know
I'm trying
what's
to think of it. I can't really think of it.
It was when we took the picture for the first day pod. Well, we didn't.
Oh, the
We
logo.
didn't. The logo. We didn't take the picture for that. We took the picture just because you like to document everything. And
No, because it was also a cool place. Carytown.
yeah,
We were at Zingerman's. We had
yes,
sandwiches.
yeah, that was
Remember?
such a cute little village.
Remember how disappointed you were with the sandwich you got?
I always make the wrong decisions when it comes to food.
You loved mine. Mine was delicious.
Yours was delicious.
Do you remember
And way better than mine.
Did you get the whitefish?
No, I didn't get the whitefish.
What'd you get then? Salmon? I thought you got like a lame tuna fish.
Oh no, I got lox. Like,
I love lox.
Yeah. So I do that when I'm on vacation. Every time that I'm on vacation, that's what I always have. So I was like, oh, this will be nice. I'll have this and I'll feel like I'm on a little vacation. And so mine came, and it was very good. Anybody that's going there and they like lox, it was delicious. However, then this like big, beautiful sandwich comes that you had. And I was like, oh man. And the people next to us, they had some really good stuff. And mine was just like bagels and cream cheese and salmon.
It's Zingerman's, though. They have if those of you who don't know, in Ann Arbor, it's a very famous deli. Yeah. It's world renowned. They also known for paying their employees extremely well, give them benefits. They take care of their people. It's a beautiful little spot right there in Carytown, which is the picture on our display for our logo of the podcast. That's me and Leigh Ann in Carytown. The last day we saw each other.
Yep.
Almost 9 months ago now. 10 months?
April,
10
May,
years?
June, July, August.
It's a long time. So,
yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So, but the point is, David Essel's experience with me, for me, gave me a perspective that I now have, because when I saw David Essel in January, me and Leigh Ann had been dating for a few months, and I was still just getting back to my situation in Michigan. I had only been back for a few months. I had moved back from Maryland after a few years away, and still in recovery from opioids and still looking for things. And always, like you said, the forever student. I guess that's what I am. Yes, I'm a forever student.
Mm-hmm.
And David Essel really had a big impression on me. He had worked with like the Miami Heat, which are an NBA team. So he loves sports. I love sports, but he also was honest about who he was. He was a recovering alcoholic, like I said. So I kind of connected with that as well. And he was interesting and entertaining and seemed to be kind. And I liked what he was saying. He seemed authentic. And that is the key to the other people I'm talking about. When I say the people who don't believe, the cynical people like I've been in my life, a great percentage of my life, I've been incredibly cynical. But I liked what he had to say, and I enjoyed spending the time with you. And we had a nice day. And I'm like, wow, because we talked about, remember our New Year's goals?
Yeah.
Me and you had a lot. Leigh Ann loves New Year's. Talk about first day pod, the first day of the rest of our lives. New Year's is like the genesis of that.
One.
It is the ultimate first day. There's no bigger first day than New Year's Day.
Yep.
And Leigh Ann loves gearing up with all of her goals and plans. We had a couple of poster boards of goals. And you know what? Yeah. I wonder if I actually hang on. Talk for a second. Talk about that. I think I might have them over here.
Oh gosh. Okay. Great. So now he's going to bring over the poster boards of the things that we most likely did not accomplish. But the whole point of it was that, and I was actually really excited. So we made those goals and we kept them on poster boards because I really am a big believer that you need to be seeing them, because if you don't see them, then they're really just wishes. So you need to kind of see them every day. And that, I don't know, that made me really excited that he was on board with that. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Okay, here they are.
I got them. Yeah, they had
Okay.
the Sharpies that were still clipped to them. Look at that.
Look at that.
Orange and green.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we tried to color code for, what did we try to do? That one color was me, one color was you. And then if we had them in both colors, then they were for both of us. Yeah. Vision boards
like
are so big, Janice. Yeah.
So yeah, this is
oh, look, the LSAT is on there. Wow. No soda. That's a good one. We did that one. The podcast, we did that 36 episodes in. We can thank COVID for that, probably.
for what?
For the podcast.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
It says right there.
Where is it? Yeah. Nope. Down. Okay. So that's fine. People can see it and all the rest of the stuff. Wow. Trust my intuition. Travel. Oh, travel. That we got a lot of that done. Read 25 books. Yeah, I wonder how many we're at, actually. I haven't really kept count of that. Is that ski again?
Yeah.
Is that ski or 5 kilometers?
Yeah. There's so much on here. There's also a backside that has a few more. You see that?
Yeah. What is that? Procrastination. Saying yes to things we want to do. Eating. No binge eating. Oh, gosh.
Oh, boy.
Hey, you know what? That ended
David
up
Wolf
working.
could help us there.
Yeah. Oh, things to say goodbye to in 2020.
Yeah. Sleep better, right, Leigh Ann? Sleep longer than how many hours?
Sleeping
8 hours.
Sleeping longer than 8 hours.
Why would you want to do that?
Get rid of that. I think because what was happening is I always gave myself the out that I could sleep for like 4 hours, 5 hours, and then I could do a 12-hour and think I could like catch up. So
look at this. Look at that.
What? Be the hugger. No fast
Look
food.
at that. Be the hugger, honey.
Yeah.
That's what it says on your screen, and it's on your board, and you put it into action. Isn't that great?
Yeah, I started doing it.
I haven't had fast food.
That's COVID.
I haven't had fast food since March, so. But it turns out there's other ways to eat garbage. But here's this is what Tina was talking about, dual speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both thought we could be speakers, but instead we're just doing a podcast. I think Leigh Ann could still be a speaker because she believes in it more. This goes back to my point, is that Leigh Ann believes when she creates a plan, whether it's for New Year's and her goals and expectations, that she buys into it. She believes in it, and she can share that message with other people. And if I had the right message to share, I would be happy to share it with people, but I just don't want to be cheesy, just like this podcast. I just want to be myself.
You are, and you're speaking every week, multiple times. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look. Oh, the immigration lawyer consult. We did that.
We did that. That was a check. That really worked out well. So look at us together.
Yeah, we did that so we could, work on possible immigration issues. So one of us could move in with each other in one of these countries, and now we're locked out. But
it's okay.
Yeah, there's so much on here, boy. So, anyways, this is just an example.
So fascinating because a lot of those actually came true, even though we were only looking at it for 2 months. Because then at March 1st, I never was back at your house. And then we never really looked at them. And really, it was just kind of survival, like get through COVID, because it was just going to be like 2 weeks in March, and then April. And then, so it was just a constant, like, just survive this and just like figure it out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a complete wreck because like the dual speaking engagements, we can kind of look at it like this is part of that. It's leading us up to that.
Sure. Whatever you say.
What?
I'm going to be literal. I know what it meant, but it says podcast, so we're doing a podcast. This is our 36th episode.
Wow.
You're listening to the First Day Podcast. It's a pleasure to have you aboard. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. It's so cool to connect with you. If you have some comments, please comment right now in real time on whatever platform you are viewing this. We're on Facebook Live. We're also on YouTube for the first time this week. This is our first YouTube.
You didn't tell me. Oh, that's exciting. Hi, guys.
Yeah, we're on there now. So you can watch us live on YT. And, of course, we're thankful. So it's Thanksgiving week in America, in the United States. When was Canadian Thanksgiving? October?
Yeah. What is it, like second Monday? Somebody help me. Second Monday in October, I think. Yeah.
Is it?
I think so. I'd have to look it up, but I think so. I've always celebrated the American Thanksgiving.
You're the worst
I really
Canadian.
am. It's a
You're such a
recurring
bad
thing.
Canadian. What an
I am.
embarrassment to your country you are.
It's okay. They forgive me.
They do. That's their thing. They love
Yeah.
doing that. So.
Yeah. So we're okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was at the beginning of October. I actually don't even really, I don't remember it being as big of a deal as Thanksgiving for Americans is right now. Like everybody's like, oh, we can't travel, or oh, we need to travel anyway. And like, oh, what
it's
are we going to
okay.
do with our
There's
family?
plenty of people traveling. Don't worry. So
No, I know,
over
but
3 million people have traveled by airplane over last week.
exciting. So
Isn't that
anyway,
awesome?
but I don't remember having that big of a to do during our Thanksgiving. Maybe it did, and I just didn't realize. I don't know.
Hmm. Did
Yeah.
Did you prioritize yourself this year over others?
Thank you, Janice. October 11th this year. Did I? You know what?
More than the past?
More than the past. I did. Yes, I did.
Hey!
Yep.
I knew you did.
Almost
Here's
out of
another one.
necessity.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
This
look
was
at that.
this was actually, so this is even more sad because this was the countdown to when we
Oh,
were going to go on a vacation to Arizona. Remember that?
that was going to be a huge vacation. That wasn't just going to be Arizona. How many states were we going to try to hit?
We're going to try New Mexico, Arizona,
Yep.
California, and Nevada.
Yep.
And it was right before COVID hit, but I got a job. So we still could have gone on this vacation, but I just started working right before this. So this is the second time this year work has been another. I have sacrificed a lot for my boss. I hope he really appreciates it because I've given up Leigh Ann and an opportunity to spend time with her twice because of a job this year. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I did that. But
hope you guys are listening.
Yeah. So we were thankful though. It's Thanksgiving, and we want to be thankful for everybody that is a part of our lives. And I mean that. I am thankful. I'm really grateful. It could be so easy to be cynical, but I am grateful for Leigh Ann. She's the love of my life, and I'm so grateful for that. It's really cool to say that and have that. And I'm grateful for all of you that connect with us and the book club, people like Janice and Joanne and your mom and Sierra.
Your mom.
And everybody, Kelly. Yeah, everybody who tunes in for that and participates in our book club. We've done that for many months too. Back to the summertime.
Yeah.
And we're still doing that. We just started a new book last night. What's it called?
Power of Now.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Right.
It is. Look at that. There's nothing there. And now it's here.
we did his previous book, his next book first. So
do you
Eckhart
know?
Tolle.
Yes, Eckhart Tolle. And so his other book was A New Earth, and we had a big discussion about this yesterday about, was it a good idea or a bad idea kind of thing to do his second book before his first one. And really it wasn't the intention of doing it in that way. It was really, we were just going to do A New Earth. And then it just turned out that we were going to, I love the book club. Aw, that's so exciting. Thanks, Janice. So, anyway, so we were talking about it. When we got off, Mom was saying, and this really made a lot of sense to me. She says, you know what? The more that I'm thinking about it, I really like that we did the second one and we went so in depth with all of the ideas that were there that it was like we went slower because we were going to do it, that we were going to do like 2 chapters a week, but then we did 1 and we like really slowed it down. And she's like, I like it because I feel like now, because this one is a little bit of an easier read and it's a little bit like it is a little bit repetitive, she's able to like really get into it a lot more. Instead of like trying to understand it, she can kind of go deeper. And I was like, yeah, that's actually a really good way of looking at it. Instead of going like just easy into the harder one, going hard first and then easing into the other one is really exciting. So,
yay!
Yeah. So if any of you guys want to join us, we've actually got 2 gals that missed yesterday. And so they'll be starting up with us next week. So just read chapter 2 and chapter 3. And actually there's an app on, I don't know if it's on Apple, but I'm assuming if it's on Android, it is on Apple. And it's called The Power of Now. And you can get the whole book there for free.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Cool.
What am I reading? I love you,
What is this
babe.
great message that you sent to me? This is the back of that
Oh
calendar.
my gosh.
Our countdown to Arizona. So
What are those boxes?
there's the goal right there. Arizona. That was the goal. Last place to be on the calendar.
Yeah.
Oh, the boxes were for
Is that for
eating
food and water?
food, water, working out. Yes. It was really more for you because I drink my water, but the food and working out are things that I did have to focus on at that time. So yeah. You know, I just am so grateful for you. I mean, look at this. Look at this. She wrote this for me. It says, I love you, babe. I can't wait to vacation with you. It's just so sweet. Look how sweet she is. She loves me. See, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
She's very loving. Leigh Ann is such a sweet person. I want you
do
guys to
love you.
all know that if you don't know.
I don't know, but I do love you still, like after
Good.
all this time. Can you
Well,
believe
that's
it?
great. I
It's a
love you too. That's
miracle.
good news. What a break for us. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's nice. It works out well.
But we're thankful for everybody and all the connections we have. And, you know, as we wrap up, yes, it's very sweet, Kelly. Yes,
Aw.
thank you. I'm not ashamed of anything I feel anymore. I used to be ashamed many moons ago, sure. Lots of shame filling up this body of mine and in here. But shame is, you know, I don't have time for shame anymore. I'm going to die someday, and the clock's ticking. I'll be dead sooner than later. Right, Leigh Ann?
Yep, that's true.
That's right. See, I got you. Leigh Ann hates when I say, like, well,
well, we're all going to die. Like, it's always.
Yeah, I always remind her that, yeah, well, you know, we're going to die at some point. So
It's kind of a good way to look at it, actually. I will admit that's kind of a good way, but
Wow.
it's just kind of sometimes annoying when you say it, but that's your thing. So,
well, hey,
yeah,
dying makes life that much more precious for us and makes it that much more meaningful.
True. That's
So
true.
That's why it's an important reminder and motivator of the desire to live should be great because you know death's knocking on your door.
I guess that's the thing, that if that's your intention behind saying it, then that would be okay. But sometimes
it is.
Okay.
Oh, what do I say other times then? Tell me, because
I don't know. I block it out. So
what will I say? Like, well, yeah. You'll say something nice and I'll be like, oh, yeah, well, party's over.
Yeah, party's over. Oh, well, nothing matters anymore. We're all gonna die. Yeah.
Janice's husband says he has less than 10 years left, and he constantly reminds her of that. Isn't that nice, Janice? Wow, that's so sweet.
Okay, so how do you feel about that, Janice? I'm really curious because now I'm really starting to, I used to, and we talked about this in book club, I used to, and by used to, I mean like even up to a month ago, want to like label everything. I'd be like, oh, that's horrible, or oh, that's great, or oh, whatever. Now I'm like really realizing how important it is to ask questions and see where other people are coming from, because I might be like, oh gosh, I can't believe he said that. And Janice might be like, yeah, no, it's the greatest thing. Like, I'm so happy he reminds us all the time. Because like your sentence is almost over. No, I'm just joking, Janice.
Oh, she doesn't like it. Yeah, she's not a fan.
Yeah.
Apparently. So
yeah,
hey,
the same way.
But she's still grateful and thankful for her husband, just like me and Leigh Ann are thankful for each other. And you know, as we progress into December, this is our last November show, and then it's the new year. It's 2021.
Oh
so
my gosh.
We could start taking a look back with our episodes next month, or we can start looking forward to tomorrow and the first day of the rest of our lives.
Let's do half and half.
Sure. So we'll, you know, as we look in December and I always say, Janice says, I always say not put those things out to the universe. And that's what Leigh Ann always says. Don't put those things out to the universe. Leigh Ann believes very much if you say things that they'll become true. So.
If you say them with emotion, then they will come true. It's the way that the universe works.
I hate myself and I want to die.
Oh my goodness. Why would you say that? What is happening?
Exactly. That's bad. That's an example of something you shouldn't say and put in the universe, right?
Exactly. Okay. So don't say, okay. So anyway, just like when we,
example.
I know, but it's not nice. So he was just joking. So anyway,
mean to myself, who cares?
Because
that's another
I care.
thing. Leigh Ann's religious. I'm not. There's no God. So
you don't know that.
Well, I do, but you can't prove it either. So we're never going to.
Neither one of us can prove it. So there's no sense in.
No, that's why it used to really bother me when we dated in the earlier versions. You know, we're on
Yes.
version like 4.0 of our relationship.
Are we?
And or 5.0, I don't know what we're calling it. Thank you, Janice. Okay. I'll tell you this. When we had our earlier versions, and I was really annoyed by her love of Christ, it bothered me.
Okay.
And I couldn't let it go.
Okay, I'd also just want to say, not that I need to defend myself. And if you like super like are a big Bible person, great. But when you say that I had a big love for Christ, I really like, I don't go to church all the time. Like I'm not a great Canadian. I'm not a great Catholic.
I know. I completely overhyped it.
I just want to tell people that are listening because they might be like, oh my gosh, like maybe she went to like mass every morning. So.
Okay, that's true. But at the core of who you are, it is very important to you.
Absolutely.
Even
Having
if you
faith in something, yes.
Yeah. So, and at that time, I was like, I had no spirituality, had no anything in that department. So it annoyed me. I'm like, I can't be with somebody who believes this crap. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, I just want to die and just be done with it.
Yeah.
Just be buried in the ground.
Well, now I have a much greater appreciation for Leigh Ann, and I'm happy that she has something to believe in because it doesn't matter anyways to me. What does it matter? We're all going to die eventually. So if it makes her happy and it brings her comfort, as long as she doesn't act out on any particular things that may be very negative that people find in the Bible, you know, like just the things that I would agree with. I don't know. Like if you were like some crazy pro-lifer, like I'd be like, I can't deal with
I
this
see what
anymore.
you mean. Yeah. Okay.
You know, things like that. People who take the Bible to its extremes. That's not you at all. I'm just saying that's where I wouldn't be able to deal with it. But that's not the point being is those were the extreme ends of situations. And I really blew them out of proportion when we were dating back in our early 30s. And I now have a perspective, just like I have a perspective from earlier in the year, from when I first saw David Essel to where we are now. These perspectives change things. And maybe that's kind of a theme of today's chat that we're having. The perspective is crucial. It's so vital. And we don't even realize it's taking effect. Just like Sue Minch said last week, that sometimes you don't know that PTSD is hitting you hard or that COVID is having an impact on your mental health. You don't know that. This is the same thing. Suddenly, poof, like that. You have a perspective gained many months later from a certain event that had an impact on you and you didn't even know it. And it could be for the better as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like what your mom said yesterday in the book club when we were talking about, is this book going to be too repetitive and things like that? And she was like, you know what? You come into it with more knowledge and you come into it with a different perspective. So you're going to look at it differently. Even if we read the exact same book, it would have been different. It's like seeing a movie, and you can watch a movie the second time you watch it. There's things that pop out that you didn't even notice were there the first time. So that's what life's all about.
Wow. I just watched, actually, it's funny. I watched a sad movie before this podcast, but it didn't make me cry. No, I didn't.
Really?
I was disappointed. I was really bummed.
He's been on a really good track, guys. He's been watching some sad movies and crying. So.
Yeah. It's been fun. I really enjoy it. It makes me feel things.
Yeah.
It's nice to feel something, you know? It is.
Yeah, we keep joking that, well, I keep joking just because I think it's funny that like when we get married, we're going to have to like set him in front of a TV to watch a like sad movie just before so then he can have some emotion when he's walking down the aisle.
That's right.
Yeah.
What was the movie that made me cry? The first time you saw me cry in a movie?
Scrooged.
Yeah, it's almost time to watch Scrooged again too. It's holiday season's here.
Yeah. Yeah. We can cuddle up in our boxes.
Yeah, it won't be the same.
Anyway.
It'll just make me cry then, probably. We don't have to watch the movie.
Okay.
Because I'll just get sad. But I do know that I'm thankful for my brother as well. Thankful for him. And I want to give him a shout out because I told him we would promote this on the podcast. And he's doing this community education thing.
Yeah.
Right? And you actually, you kind of sat through a trial version of it a week before last, right?
He is so fascinating. Like I told him, he needs to start doing videos where like people can just hear him talk because he's so fascinating. And any questions that you ask, he's right there. Like his presentation that he did, I would ask a question, he would answer it, but he's like, just so you know, it's like, that's next. And so he like can like know kind of the journey that you have to go on as like not knowing the topic that you're talking about. So
Mhm.
yeah, he's very fascinating.
Yeah.
And it's going to be weekly, right?
He's trying to do it every Friday, like 7 o'clock, 7:30, 7:30, 7. It's Friday nights because people are at home. A lot of people can't go anywhere. So he's trying to take advantage of that by offering information. He's a counselor. He works in the mental health field. He focuses on neuroscience. My brother it's not just because of my brother. He really has a lot to offer the world. And if you're interested in learning and gaining knowledge and asking questions about it, then you can check out his website. It's behavioralhealthlabs.com. Behavioral, not behavior, behavioralhealthlabs.com. I've also posted it in the comments here. Go check it out. He's got a thing called community education, and that's his Friday night little chat. It's an interactive engagement, like a Zoom thing. So, he showed me a bunch
7
of stuff
o'clock.
7 o'clock, 7 to 8:30.
And Canadian friends, there's no U in behavioral.
That's right. There is no U in behavioral. So I told my brother we promote that. We want to promote good things on this podcast. We're thankful and grateful for him doing positive things that help people and take time out of his schedule to make an effort to assist those that may be in need of information or just curious. Anybody and everybody is welcome. And I'd like to see it take off. I'd like to see it be a useful thing for others. So hopefully somebody hears this. And if you know other people who might be interested in any type of data, because he does like live, he has a screenshots and he has a presentation of information and data about anything, psychology, about COVID-19 and where it's going. He knows all about this stuff. He's very data driven. So if you're into that kind of stuff, or if you don't understand it and you want to ask someone questions, this is the guy. So I just wanted to share that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait.
We should be thankful for that.
I am thankful.
It's a Thanksgiving episode. It's like our Charlie Brown Thanksgiving episode.
Yay. Yeah.
We should have like a big turkey somewhere.
Okay.
Do we have
You could have put it on your green screen.
Oh, damn it. You're right.
Yeah, that could be, you could have a big turkey right there on your shoulder.
I think this kind of shows like how not interested in Thanksgiving I am. Because if it would have been on my mind, I would have done that. It's clearly not on my mind. Right?
Ever or just this year?
Just now.
Yeah.
It's just never been a big deal. We don't have a big family. I've never done Thanksgiving with my dad's side. I don't even know what that's like. Like, what do they do? Does my dad even do Thanksgiving? I don't know. I have no idea. Is that weird?
I don't know.
Well, you have a family. You guys do things. You guys are
Do you
together.
know, this is what's funny is that the majority of Americans, well, not Americans, like the majority of Michigan people that I talk to say that they have either only been once or never been to the Thanksgiving Day parade down on Woodward in Detroit.
Oh, God. Here we go.
What? Get used to it. This is another
I don't like parades. We talked about this last year.
Anywho, so I grew up that I would be taken out of class every Thanksgiving and we would go and do the thing that we would start early in the morning and we'd have hot chocolate and then we'd go get our little spot that we'd watch the thing.
Canadians in America, by the way.
Every Thanksgiving up until I think I do love the parade, Sierra. Yes, I do. And I was probably up until, when did I stop? Oh my gosh, probably like
last year.
No, unfortunately, people would stop going with me. But it was like, I think like mid to late 20s. And yeah, I think I was like, because I was definitely at least 26 and I was still going. And I was like bringing people with me. And because we had like younger cousins and stuff. So
how old are you now?
Oh my gosh, I'm 40. Why did that really, I was like, oh, so it's been at least like 8 years, 10 years. I'm not 35 anymore. Okay, so that was funny. So I'm 40 years old. So it's been 15 years since I've been there. Wow, that's so sad. That's 15 years of my little cousins letting me down and saying that they don't want to go anymore.
What about Kelsey? Will she go with you?
I don't know if she would. I've asked her, and then it's kind of like, yeah, that'd be cool. Like when we talk about it, and then I don't know now. I haven't asked her recently, but it was like one of those
Nobody's
things.
actually following through.
They want to do it because it sounds cool until it's like, oh, it's gonna be cold. We're gonna be outside the whole time. Oh, it might rain. Oh, that's like, yes, of course, it's gonna be outdoors, and it's probably gonna be awful weather because it's Thanksgiving. So
Well, at
that's
least
what
you're
it's
not
all about.
missing it this year.
I know.
You're not. So I thought that'd be easier for you. Yay! Woohoo!
Yeah, so maybe we'll start next year. Start a new tradition.
I'll tell you what.
You and
If
I
we
will
can
start
see
going.
each other, if we can see each other next year, I'll go with you.
Oh, did you guys hear that?
It's being recorded. This is live. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I'd
There you
like
go.
to go to the Macy's Day Parade in
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that.
New York. We went one year, and then my mom broke her foot the day before, and so we weren't able to go.
Why? Because you
It
could
was
use
such
a
a bummer.
wheelchair.
No,
You
it
get
was
like front row seats.
day before or day of. Day before or day of. No, there was too much pain. There was too much things happening, so we didn't end up going. Plus, it was freezing, and I don't know if you've ever sat in a wheelchair when it's freezing.
I have. Oh, when it's
Outside.
freezing?
Yeah, outside.
Well, it's made of metal, but it does have cushions, like sort of cushions.
Well, it wasn't like it. Anyway, so we didn't go.
Janice has heard that. Yeah, she's familiar with that.
Yeah, not fun. So anyway, it's
Macy.
the start of the Christmas spirit.
Oh boy, here we go. Leigh Ann loves Christmas more than anybody. If she loves Thanksgiving parades, forget about that, because when it comes to Christmas, and if you call it Xmas, she gets pissed.
So dumb.
Happy Xmas.
No.
What does that mean to you?
It's dumb.
Happy
And
Xmas?
it's greedy and selfish because that's not what Christmas is for. It's not just for you to get presents.
Oh.
Anyway.
What did
No,
I get
I'm
you
all. You got me. Oh God, you got me a good gift.
Is
You
that
got.
bad?
Yeah, I kind of felt I have like this weird thing. I love giving people stuff, but I really have a hard time taking gifts. I'm starting to learn that I need to start accepting gifts because I know how good it feels for me to give. Like I love that feeling.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until recently that I realized that when I don't accept gifts from people, then I'm kind of robbing them of that feeling. Same thing with like compliments. I'm trying to say if I get a compliment about something, it's difficult for me, but I try to say thank you genuinely because I know that it makes me feel good to be able to compliment other people just as much as I'm hoping that it makes them feel good. So we shouldn't rob other people of that give and take kind of thing.
I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah. So anyway, so getting back to Christmas, Mike got me a Polaroid digital frame that was, what is that face? Am I wrong? Was it another boyfriend that gave this to me?
Oh, I'm just making a face.
So it was a digital frame. So it looks like a little picture frame and then you like sit up on your counter and then it's got, he has a USB. Yes. USB
Flash
port.
drive? Yeah.
What's that?
Flash drive?
Yeah. And it was preloaded with a bunch of pictures from our relationship thus far. So, but what's a bummer, this isn't like, it was kind of like it stopped there. So like it hasn't, we don't really have anything else. It's like, oh.
Well, it's a constant reminder that we can't see each other. Isn't that great?
It's the end of our relationship. It's March 1st. That's it.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's funny.
No, it's not awesome. But yes, I was proud of myself.
That was a good gift.
I did a good job. And you got me 3 boxes. They were beautiful.
Come on, that's not.
Wait, what are you, why are you being bummed out? You did. I can go get those too. They're in the closet. They're beautiful. Anyway. 3 different boxes. One is the honesty box. So it has and she bought a notepad in it, a little mini notepad. So
Go ahead, tell people why.
I'm telling them. So Leigh Ann could be honest with herself when she found herself not properly expressing herself to me. So she bought herself a box so that she could at least put it in there. And I thought that was very thoughtful, you know?
It was so you could know how I'm feeling because I wasn't good at expressing it.
That is true. she's gotten much better over 2020. You should be very proud of yourself. You really should.
Thank you.
And then she got me a second box, which was for our travel. We could save everything when we went traveling. We'd bring all of our artifacts and our, our relics and our souvenirs and put them in this box. Which
overflowing, isn't it?
Yeah, we were traveling so much it was out of control. And then the third one is the love box. You just put stuff in there that identifies our love.
Yeah.
Things that remind us of our love for each other. So I think I put a receipt for something in there that reminds us of our love. I don't remember what it is offhand. But anyway,
if it's Zingerman's.
Maybe it was. I'll have to check the boxes. It's been a while, but that was a lovely, thoughtful gift. Leigh Ann got me cool stuff, and she kept it. She always wants it to be very cheap. She likes not cheap, but like she likes a deal.
Wow.
No, a deal. Like you want a bargain, not cheap. She's a bargain hunter. That's what it is. You're a bargain hunter.
I am.
And it makes you thrilled to get a bargain. So
it did.
Yeah.
Those actually, surprisingly, those boxes were not cheap. And then I was like really upset when you were like, oh yeah, okay, this is great. And I was like, I should have just went to the damn dollar store. That's all that I should have done. I shouldn't have went to like the good store.
Did I say that?
These beautiful. Anyway, no, I felt like I should have done that with
like
your reaction. Yes.
No, I love the boxes.
What else?
They're really nice boxes with designs on them.
What else did you get? What else did you get? Do you even remember?
Yeah, there was something else. Shit. Oh, man. I don't. Oh, that's right.
Do you remember?
I don't.
Stockings? You don't remember the stockings?
Oh, I thought the stockings we made together. They weren't gifts.
You made together? You sewed those?
Well, we worked on them. We fixed them. Remember?
Did.
Okay, so it wasn't a gift. I don't think of it as.
Okay.
You made them. You made the stockings, and then we fixed them with better like glue or letter for the letters.
Not better. Oh God.
Help me out here. I'm blowing it.
So anyway, I am not a sewer. I'm not a crafty person. I like to be. I strive to be. I would love to be, but I don't, and I never find the time to do any of that kind of stuff. But I thought for our first Christmas, it would be nice that if we had stockings, and so I got us matching stockings, but they were like
blue and red.
Yeah, so they were like the same kind of like pattern.
Flannel.
Yeah, I thought it was really cute. Anyway,
they were super cute. I still have them, of course.
So then I sewed them all myself, and I did like this like fur ribbing. It was so sharp, and I thought anyway, I was really proud of myself.
No, they were really
great. And then I brought stuff.
Forgot that you made them. I'm apologizing.
Yeah, I brought stuff to put our names or whatever we wanted on them so we could do it together. It wasn't to fix it. It was so then that would be part of the thing. Anyway, that's fine. So
that part slipped my memory.
It's fine.
I can't believe it. But I remember them now. I can see them crystal clear. The blue and red, they looked flannel patterning. They're very soft, and they had a trim around them, and like a royal blue and like a nice red. It was
anyway, it really doesn't matter. We're spending way too much time on
we hung them up. We hung them up in the closet right next to the bed. And then we had the lights on, and it was Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, Christmas night. It was so lovely.
Yeah.
I'm going to make her cry, so I'm going to stop. But okay, so Sierra says that she's loving the holidays this year, and it's just putting so much more joy and love into the air and her own house for her. She wants to know, are we feeling that way too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That wasn't very convincing, Leigh Ann. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great.
I am 50-50 on that. So yes, it always makes me feel really good. Like you can see one of our trees are already up. Well, everything is up. Everything in the house is up. If those who don't know, Leigh Ann and her family, they go hog wild on decorating their house, interior of their house, very detailed. And it's the same thing every year. You can see that tree behind her is an example of that. She did that whole thing by herself. It's just fun. I love it. And, but what I like about it is that, like those houses that you go into, and if it's your house, that's fine. But, if you go into a house and they have like a whole bunch of like Christmas stuff, but like it's all over that you're just like bumping into stuff and like, it's just uncomfortable. All of our stuff is like kind of like tucked away, like nice things. I don't know. So it feels very easy to live in. Anyway, but yeah, we have like quite a few trees and villages and all kinds of stuff. So I love it. It makes me feel really good. Normally, it would make me feel even better, but this year it is kind of a reminder that Mike's not going to be with me. But you know what? There's a lot of people that are going to be going through the same thing. So, and there's people that are going to be going through, you know, where unfortunately they've lost people that they'll never be able to have that. At least I can look at potentially next year. But so it makes it a little bit difficult. It puts a little bit of a difficult thing. But just being in the now is important, and putting perspective on it. And so yes, it does. And kind of no, it doesn't. 50-50, I think. It depends, actually. Yes. If I am in the moment, I'm good. I'm happy. When I look at the tree, it makes me feel good. That's good. It's as soon as, and this is a really good, like, teachable moment, I guess. As soon as I let my mind go to the future, like as soon as I go to like Christmas and he's not there, that's where the problem. And you can like feel it's like a complete shift of like, oh, look how nice it is. Oh, I'm gonna miss him. So if I could just get out of that like other thought process, then we're good. So yes, the answer is yes. It brings me joy and happiness and love.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I was kind of like, I used to love Christmas more than anything, even though I am Jewish. But we celebrated Christmas. My father was Catholic, and my mom, you know, she checked out on Judaism for a long time. So we grew up with Christmas. In fact, in 1986, my mother and her boyfriend at the time gave my brother coal in his stocking. He got coal in his stocking.
Oh, wow.
That really happened. And
Aw,
we used to
poor
have the
baby.
video of it. It was a home video. I used to have the VHS. I would kill for that VHS. I want to see it. I would die to see it. I don't know who ruined it, who stole it, who lost it, but it's gone forever. But it has
Poor
him
baby.
it has him crying and like he's devastated. He got coal in his stocking, and he's like 4 years old.
Poor baby.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of traumatic and cruel. Yeah.
Well, they were doing the best with where they were.
Right, but I don't know. I think on hindsight, you might regret if someone was older, it'd be funny. But if you're 4, that's like you're like hardcore Santa believer at that time. So, anyways, you know, Christmas meant a lot to me. I used to decorate like crazy. I love Christmas lights so much. I love Christmas lights. I don't care what time of year it is. I just like lights. I like lamps. I just find I like different color lamps. I like all kinds of lights. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But Leigh Ann kind of, you know, reignited some passion for me last year. We got to spend Christmas together, and we got to decorate. Remember how angry Jamie got?
Yeah, sorry, Jamie.
We're putting nails in the walls, trying to hang up stuff, and he came out in a rage.
Yeah, he was not pleased.
That was intense. I'd never seen him do anything like that. It was weird. So.
He kind of kept it together. Like I think he caught himself and was like, because we were just like, we're really happy. But yeah, it was a little bit like, and we were. But thank you to Michelle. Thank you to your mom, because that garland was gorgeous. It was so beautiful.
I wonder where all that stuff is.
I would hope that you have it.
Oh yeah, I have the garland. But anyways, yeah. So you know, Christmas is great and it's fun enough. But like I said, I'm not a religious man, but Christmas is a fun time to connect with people. But it's also a really empty time for a lot of people who feel completely sad and powerless, and it makes them want to kill themselves, and it's a really sad time. So it just makes some people feel even more isolated than they already are. So I think it's very important that we remember that. And we don't just go running around saying, "Oh, isn't Christmas just the best thing ever? Woohoo!"
Yeah.
I think you should be mindful of other people. You know, people that have nowhere to go on Christmas Eve, everything closes. But places like Alcoholics Anonymous and Alano clubs, they're open on Christmas Day, and they have a lot of people come in there so they can have meetings all day and the food to eat. And there's homeless shelters for people who don't have anywhere to go. So I like that those things exist. And I think maybe one Christmas I should like volunteer somewhere.
I'll do that with you.
We should do that.
Yeah, I'm all for that for sure.
Let's really, if you really love Christmas that much, Leigh Ann, we should really put our asses on the line.
Yeah, I think that would be fantastic.
Okay, well, there you go, folks. Boy, we covered so much today. This has been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed our chat.
Yeah.
This was our Thanksgiving, thankful, and gratitude chat for November. And
I'm so grateful for all of you guys, like genuinely grateful for all of you guys. And I'm grateful for you, Mike.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You're just such an incredible man.
Well, you're a decent woman. I got to tell you, if I got to settle for anybody, it's going to be you.
Great. That's my love
I love
bug.
you very much. I love you very much. You know that. So, but thanks for listening. This has been the First Day Pod, another episode in the can. We got December coming up, and then it's 2021, a whole new year. And this is the First Day Pod. So we're going to be going hardcore for New Year's, building towards the goals. Let's start getting them going now. Let's start hearing them, start posting them on our pages, start sharing them. Email us. What are your 2021 resolutions? What are your goals? We know resolutions are a big fat joke, but we love them anyways. So let's hear them. Send them into us. Let's get connected on that. And we'll probably start talking about that on next week's show. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, First Day Pod. Email us again, as always, firstdaypod@protonmail.com. It's been a pleasure talking to all of you. Thank you so much for those listening and watching. You guys are great. And we will see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy